Hey everyone, Nick Shane here looking at Tesla, of course. Everybody's beloved car maker. Is it? Isn't it? It trades like it is. It's up 8 or 9% today, 427 Monday. The other car makers are up a little bit. GM had its own business, news about cutting dividends or whatever. Who would have thunk it that when he was smoking pot on TV, everybody was saying they might not even survive. And now it turns out that they are in the best, or so I've read, cash position of the big three here in the U.S. The big two, I guess, three. Are they three now still big? I mean, is Chrysler still considered Jeep or Fiat? I don't know. Anyway, bottom line, I don't like the setup for Tesla, so I've been on record saying theoretically I don't see it, but I don't short it based on that because I understand and I believe it before you send the hate mail that the story that the bulls are buying is out in time and diverse, not a car company. I say, okay, in this case, then I don't want to short it. And I definitely don't believe in 10,000 price target or whatever she has it at. And they better start bringing the headlines that are not car. Every headline I see, oh, production this, production that. So cash position is good. That tells me that they might have some cash to do other stuff. Where is that other stuff? I know they have roof tiles or whatever, but I haven't seen anybody in my neighborhood that has them, and I see like 1,000 Teslas. I live in Southern California. It's the land of the Tesla and the land of sun and solar. I don't see anything solar from them. Batteries, okay, but where are the stories? If you wait long enough for the story to develop, somebody will beat you to it, and it won't be as big a bang. So anyway, having said that, the stock, we've called it pretty well recently, and it's in breakout mode. Is it an entry point right here? If I'm looking at this chart not knowing what the company is, this is not an obvious entry point because it has failed exactly here not too long ago and in a big way. It was a pop and an immediate reversal. Now what makes this worse is that, worse as in like try to forecast up or down, not like worse for the stock, is that we're going into earnings. And the short-term move on earnings is completely binary. Short-term move on earnings. Even Elon wouldn't be able to tell us how the company is going to perform the next day as far as stock because he knows what he's going to say. He doesn't know how we're going to take it and react. Case in point, Netflix, they crushed it. They crushed it. And the stock popped for a little bit and then fell. So we don't know. And to try to speculate based on that into earnings is really ridiculous. So you either love it and you own it for a long time, or you actively trade it. So if I wanted to short it, I'll short it here with a tight stop. And the way I short things, I don't sell the company short. I'm not that guy. When you sell a company short, you have unlimited losses. If you don't believe it, look at what happened back here. So the way to short it via options, you either buy a put spread or you sell a call spread. This way you have a finite risk and you know you can go to bed, you can owe it to your family. Hey, I shorted Tesla, but the maximum I can lose is X. So what time frame do I choose? Depends. If I want to get in and out before this, I should probably use this week, but I'm not a fan of doing that. So I would rather use out weeks and maybe a little more money at risk, but that allows me to manage them a little bit better in case I need a little more time. Where would I put a stop? If I'm wrong, the thesis was that this fail. So if I'm wrong, I would get out anywhere above this fail because the thesis is busted. This is a trade. Like if somebody shorted that, they're wrong today. Well, today hasn't closed, so we'll see what happens, but they are wrong. This is a little more pointier, and then you've got this mess above it. So I think it's a decent setup to bet down on price action. I'm not saying short the company because, so if you love the company, hey, I'm with you. I'll buy the dip. How about that? I'll buy the dip, but I'm not short. I'm not shorting the company's prospects. I'm looking at the price action, regardless of what the name says up here. That's how it reads to me. So if I put, these are my lines on it. So every period of time I put a line on it. Like right here, I knew something was going to happen. Up or down, I don't know, but I knew there was a tight, and I said, if it happens up, this is what's going to happen. If it breaks down, this is what's going to happen. Guess what? This happened. So I don't know which way it's going to go, but I know where it's going to go once it does it, or it starts it. So down here, it was a tight situation. I said it's going to fall apart if it loses the bottom, and then sure enough, boom. Up here, there's the tight, down or up. It came down and then finished the up. Here, it's breaking out. It hasn't closed, but it's breaking out. So in theory, This should be my thesis. But I'm looking left, and I'm questioning this guy. So if somebody wants to pick a fight with Tesla, I don't blame them right here. This is the problem. So I would pick a fight personally, but this makes it a coin flip, and I'm not that guy. I don't like to gamble. So as it is, it's a gamble. I don't want to add another flip to it. So double flip, it's double the gamble. I don't know. So this is my perspective on it. Now, long term, I see some bad potential setups, but it's technical, and I would buy the dip. I was the guy saying sell puts into whenever it was under 200, and everybody's hated it then, and now they all love it because it's such a success. So forget the experts. You're your own experts. Trade your own pattern. So this is a 2-hour chart. So if you're a faster trader, then go lower. And you can trade the intraday. There's tons of setups. You know, this was profitable, and these were forecastable. I mean, this happened at the open. You couldn't do much about it unless you're on a 5-minute chart, and even then it's tough. But know your level. Like here, I would, you know, if 777 is lost, then there might be a slip straight down to the neckline from which they broke out with interim support somewhere around 752. I'm not calling for it, but I'm seeing lower highs bumping against the bottom. So either you bounce off the wedge or the floorboard breaks, and then they revisit where they came from. And I see some support here, but they came from here. So the falls, it bounces, and then it falls again. These are my thoughts. Not recommending anybody do anything. I'm just telling you what's in the chart. This is a highly volatile week. We have all the mega caps reporting. So it's very emotional. You know, keep that in mind, that it doesn't have to make sense. You can lose money while being right. The stock market is not about being, trading the right thing. It's finding the price action, regardless of whether it's wrong or right. Why ask why, like the old commercial? Just drink it. If it's happening and you see it happening, why would you want to fight it based on theory? Okay, Nick signing out.